Welcome, ladies. Little talk show for Brown Girls Mix. Tara, tell us a little bit about you. How did you start it? What is the name of your business? How long you been in business?
Okay, so the name of my company is Aesthetics 813, and basically I started as mobile, so it was an easy way for people to know what I did. I did aesthetics and only in the 813 area code it started, and then I went into like a one-room suite after that and did that out of a doctor's office. But before I went on my own, I was working for like different types of, whether it was small spas or resort spas. The only thing I think I haven't worked in is on a
Yeah.
shift. So, but besides that, I've worked all the different types of scenarios.
Mhm.
Um, and then just, I love it. Like I've always, what you do. And the hairdresser built a spa on one of the floors of her salon. And I used to work after school, like washing hair, so I could be able to afford to get my hair done and get my facials and massages. And I just fell in love with the spa industry. But I always thought of it as like something that I went to, not something that I worked at. So I went to college. I have a marketing and advertising degree, and I did promotional marketing, launch marketing, pharmaceutical marketing. Like I became a casualty, bodily injury, and casualty adjuster. And that's where my whole world turned around, because even though at first I loved it, it's such a confrontational career. And every
You gotta
person
deal with
that
people like me. Where's my money?
it's horrible. Like I got to the point that I wouldn't, unless it was at work, I never answered my phone because I hated the phone. Because somebody, when you answered it, somebody was yelling at you. It was either you're insured, why are you paying that out? Trying to protect your assets, you know, or the attorney, why are you not giving me this money? Or the claimant, why you don't believe me? Or your manager, why is it taking you so long? Like it was such a hostile environment. I honestly feel I got sick from it. 5 year sabbatical after I had my surgeries, just to make sure that I kind of was like healed on the inside and taking care of myself. And I would go to spas to take care of myself, and they were always seemed so happy when they were there. And I asked the lady once, I was like, are you guys really happy here, or is this for us? Is this just
Right.
like a show for us? And she's like, I work at a spa. Why wouldn't I be happy? Like everybody's happy to come here. We're taking care of people. You guys are happier when you leave. I was like, so I went back to school and I became an esthetician, and then here we go. 8 years after I opened up my first little salon office, I just opened on Friday, launched Aesthetics 813, the spot Saddlebrook, only resort here in Wesley Chapel, Florida. So I have a 13-room spa with two, lounges for men and for women, and hot tubs and dry saunas and steam saunas and patios. And so it's been a long, hard journey, but I'm starting to see the light of what I wanted. And the lady was, when I went to her, this was now 15 years ago, and I asked her, are you really happy? She did not lie. Like every day I go to work and I'm excited. Like I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning so I can have my quiet time, so I can prepare my day and do my things. And by the time I get to work, I'm like excited to do it. If I have a headache, because sometimes I get like migraines, by the time I'm with my second client, is gone. Like,
Nice. I've always been interested in Saddlebrook. When I used to live in Wesley Chapel,
yeah,
so I always wanted to go there to see what it's like.
it's
Has
a
it
beautiful
changed?
property. We'll have to do brunch. Well, it's changing. It's under so the Dempsey family was the one that originally owned the land and created the resort, and they sold it almost 2 years ago. They sold it to an investment company, and the investment company, I think like 3 months ago, just got the okay from the county for all the changes that they want to do. So
Mhm.
like when you go in, you still have like that old feel of what it is, but you see that
Yeah,
things are
yeah,
changing because
yeah.
there's construction everywhere. Like just finished three of the guest rooms in the first cluster. Anybody knows me, I like to party. So my spa there's always a party going on. We're either having beauty and the brunch, spa and stay. It's because people always think of skincare and massages and, manicures and taking time for yourself. They think of that as a luxury, but it's not, right? It's something that we need for ourselves to restore our bodies, to restore our mind. Like they say, you can't pour from an empty cup. So if we're always giving and never take the time to slow down and take care of ourselves, and where are we pouring from? So I try to make the spa become something that is part of your life. So it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm just going to go for my birthday or an anniversary. It becomes something that is integral in your life. I'm going to the gym, and then afterward, I'm going to go in the sauna, and I'm going to restore my, my tissues and my muscles and my fascia. And, I was in the sun, so now I'm going to go to the spa and do skin recovery so it's all the things that we break down ourselves every day as we live. So we need to restore them. So that's where Aesthetics 813 comes in.
Amen to that, because
very nice.
Very nice. I'm looking to get some spa because I need it. I mean, sometimes you feel the darkness coming into you, and you feel your skin just go dull, and you just want it to glow. So the only way for you to do that is take time out to go to a spa. You can drink water, but it's not the same.
Drink water. Fun fact that I learned when I was in school. Typically, massages are 50 minutes, 80 minutes. But if you allow your body to fall asleep in a massage, it's the equivalent of a 4-hour Zen sleep. Take care of it now so I can take care of you later. As we get older, our muscles, they start to contract. That's why our fingers, older people, sometimes you see they can't stretch out their fingers. So that's because everything starts to shrink in. It starts to get really tight. We don't have that elasticity within our collagen because our body stops. Every commercial says that we lose collagen within. So elastin is what allows that bounce back, why your cheeks go back when you're younger and they don't sag. Then we don't have that bounce back, but we just think about it in our face because that's what commercials do. But it's in our fingers, our knees. When you start hearing the crinks in your knees, your fingers hurt when you're trying to move them. So every time you're getting massages, when you're going in red light therapy, which helps with the rebuilding of your intercellular cells, it's going to help keep everything nice and restored. Because people call it anti-aging, but that's a lie, right? The only way to anti-age is to die, and we don't want to do that. So it's more of age management. So we want to trick our bodies into continuing to do what it does when we're younger. Our cellular turnover starts to slow down. Exfoliation is key. You allow your body to remember what it used to do, the more it continues to do it. Because we're just a machine, but the machine just starts to slow down. So if you keep that machine doing what it always did, it will continue to do it. That's why you see a person's 100 and doing yoga. No, we could all do it if we all just did it.
So besides all this information, tons of biology information that you've provided to us, which is awesome, because some stuff I didn't know. Even though I did biology, there's certain things I know that, you're more in depth. And what kind of service do you offer?
We offer everything. We do facials, massage, body wraps, body scrubs, pedicures, hairstyles, braids, scalp treatments, which is different from getting a hair wash, but more of a cleansing of the scalp to help clean out the follicles. Light treatments, sauna treatments, anything that has to do with the body. The only thing that we don't do is we don't do lash extensions and we don't do manicures. But we do lash lifts, brow tints, permanent makeup, all the things.
Oh, okay. Brow tint. Okay. I've had that before. How long does the brow tint last?
So it depends on which one you get. So a regular brow tint will last about 7 days. And then if you get henna, that can last anywhere between 14 to 21 days. And it depends on your skin. The oilier the skin, the more it pushes out any type of pigment. And then if you get microblading, so permanent makeup via microblading, it lasts about a year to a year and a half. Same with visiting. Micro shading lasts about 3 years, and then tattoo about 7.
And as a business owner, how do you grow your business? I mean, at the moment.
So growing the business, it's multifaceted, right? So the best way to grow your business is the most organic way, which is word of mouth. So do good work, people will talk about you and you'll get more people. So encouraging that word of mouth is key. We're just reminding your clients, tell your friends, let people know, where you are. Do not keep me as your best kept secret. So that's number one. And then number 2, social media. Social media is crazy. Like, you can get discovered in places that you don't even think about reaching out to, just through social media, and especially Facebook groups, because there's so many people that have questions. So you can answer one person's question, but then answer it for a vast number of people that had the same question but just didn't ask it. And then they see it and they're like, oh, yeah, okay. Create content that is educational. Just let people, not just give them like, oh, this is the facial, but why are we getting it? Because that's, if a person knows why they're doing something, they appreciate it more. And then there's networking. Networking is amazing because you then have ambassadors. Right? Being able to network with other businesses and other professionals and really get to know them and know what they do and why they do it, then you can be an advocate for them and they can be an advocate for me. So I'm not the only person talking about my business, but then we have a bunch of people talking about our business. And usually when you network with people, you network with people that are like you. You go to the same type of groups. So people trust the people in the groups that they are. So those recommendations have more value than just, somebody you didn't know wrote a review, because then you're in the back of your head, you're like, did they pay for that review? Was that their mother? Like, who's that review coming from?
Yeah.
So those are 3 key things that I lean on a lot.
Right.
Word of mouth first, social media second, and networking third.
Yes, reviews can be fake. That's one of my training. I was trained in how to determine if a review is fake or not. So I kind of learned a lot from you, Kimara. Is it Kimara? Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Kimara Rose is my first name. My last name is Scott. It's much easier.
It was nice talking to you and nice hearing about your business. We're about to wrap this up because we're running out of time.
But this was such a great idea. And thank you so much for inviting me to do it. Like, it was a great opportunity and I appreciate you.
Always connect through Brown Girls Mix with Natasha and Kimara Rose. If you have any questions or might be looking for services.